Hello dear users, I am Miroslav Popov, the author of Forex Strategy Builder Professional. Today I will speak about creating strategies with the program. What is a strategy? A strategy is a plan for trading. A strategy contains all the trading logic and logic rules for entering, adding, reducing and closing a position. A strategy monitors the market, and when the conditions for entry are met, a strategy opens position and monitors conditions for exiting the market. I will show you first how to get more help for the strategies. When you open the Help menu and click View Online Help, we are going to our user guide page online, and here we have a section with articles for the strategy. What's a strategy? Strategy properties, indicator slots and indicators parameters. You can also go to our forum, and here in the help and support topic we can ask various questions about the program and how the strategy works. Also you can visit Forex Strategies topic here and to make screenshots or to export your strategies and to attach here. Also, the program comes with several demo strategies. The demo strategies the names starting with the demo word. From here, open strategy, or from here, you're opening the strategy directory. And you see these all here are demo strategies with the program. I'll open one strategy. When you open a strategy, it goes to the editor page of the program. Each strategy has a description. It may contain some text, or it may be empty if you open a new strategy, but these demo strategies that coming with the program, we already add a description to them, and this description describes how the strategy works, and the strategy rules are explained here. Okay, I will start with a new strategy. You control the strategy from this toolbar section here with these buttons, and also the file section of the main menu. And also in the start page we have here 3 buttons for opening a new strategy, for loading a strategy from a file, and from downloading a strategy from our repository. I'll open a new strategy. Every strategy opens in a new tab. When the program opens a strategy, it reads the strategy parameters, indicators, and also the market. And the program loads the market that is set in the strategy. Here in the left part we see the input parameters, strategy name, the market, how many bars we have loaded, and symbol settings. Here below we have the market, the price chart. This is actually the indicator chart, and the indicator chart shows the price chart and all indicators from the strategies. Here the central part of the editor page is we call that strategy layout. The toolbar has a description button and zoom in, zoom out buttons. And the strategy layout is divided in several tiles. The first one is the strategy properties. We will speak about the strategy properties on Saturday on the seminar. The strategy properties contains some very important parameters of the strategy, and the first one is the entry amount. This is the amount the strategy opens when opens a new position. Here we see we have entry amount 1 watt. That means when the strategy opens a new position, it will open 1 watt. And here we have maximum watts. The strategy may reach maximum 20 watts. We open 1 watt, but the strategy may add watts after. We have also adding rules and reduction rules, stop loss, take profit, and break even, and also martingale. These here are strategy indicators. We call these tiles strategy SWOTs. We have 4 types of SWOTs. This here, the first SWOT, is the opening point of the position SWOT. It contains an indicator that describes when or where to open a new position. Or also, opening point sets the points of adding to a position, but now we speak only for opening. When you open a new strategy, it contains 2 strategy SWOTs and puts the default indicators here. The bar opening indicator determines the entry point of the positions and the place where the strategy opens a new position. And this is the closing SWOT, and we have here bar closing indicator, and this indicator determines when the strategy will close a position. When you have a strategy, the program calculates the backtest. The program uses the historical data, applies the strategy logic to this historical data, and calculates the backtest. A backtest is a process of applying this logic to the historical data, and it produces a result. We see here statistical output from the backtest, the balance of our account, of the virtual account, and different parameters. And also we have here the balance equity chart. This chart is a result of the backtest. This colorful bar here shows the data used. I'll go to the control panel and switch off for the moment using shorter periods. I'll show you how to use them in a moment. So when we have a strategy, we have a backtest, and this backtest is calculated, but this strategy doesn't produce any trades, and the final balance, the net balance, is equal to the starting balance. And also we see here some several orange lines in the statistics. These are warnings. These warnings, they mean that something is not quite well with the strategy. What is going with this initial strategy? What we have in the strategy, opening rule, opening point at bar open, and closing point at bar closing. And that means the strategy wants to open a position at bar opening and to close the position at bar closing. But at bar opening, the strategy doesn't determine the entry direction. It only says, okay, go and the bar opening, open a new position, but in what direction? There are several types of indicators we can put here in this SWOT. when you click a slot, here in the left part of the program we see opening point of the position. This actually is a settings, is options panel for this slot, and it contains all indicators that we can put here in this slot. And currently the bar opening indicator is selected, but we can set different indicator here, and all indicators here are suitable for this slot only. Now I selected Bollinger Bands. I'll confirm the Bollinger Bands from pressing OK here. And now we see a backtest. Why we have a backtest here? Because Bollinger Bands indicator determines two entry prices. The Bollinger Band has upper and lower price, and we have for each indicator logical rule or logic of application of the indicator. For the opening point indicators, this rule tells where or when to enter in the market, and here for the Bollinger Bands we have enter long at the upper band. It is important to say that we set here only logical rules for long position, and the program makes automatically mirrored logic for the short positions. Let's change the indicator. When I put again bar opening, we don't have here entries, because the long position rule, open and bar open, is the same as the rule for the short positions, because we have only one entry price at bar opening. I will start explaining the strategy, how the strategy works with the fractal indicator. I'll tell you several words for the fractal. I open my MetaTrader terminal. I'm using Belfor demo account, and I will set here a fractal indicator. Where is this fractal? Bill Williams. Yes, and the group of Bill Williams indicator. Okay, the fractal indicator doesn't have parameters. I'll zoom the chart a little bit. Okay, a fractal is a group of 5 bars, and we have a up fractal when the bar at the middle, the central bar, has highest high from all the 5 bars. That means we have 2 bars with the lower highs than this bar, and the next 2 bars also has lower highs from this bar. Here the MetaTrader marks the peak of the fractal with an up arrow here with this this icon, and we have a down fractal when the central bar has the lowest low for all 5 bars. In that case, this bar is lower than these 2 bars, and also with from these 2 bars. What you see here, that a combination of bars can participate in 2 fractals. Actually, we can have up fractal and down fractal in one and the same bar, but MetaTrader shows the peak of the fractal, and this peak is not exactly the signal. This is the entry level, but not the point when the signal appears, because the fractal is pattern of 5 bars, and we need this 5 bars pattern to be completed, to be finished, in order to have a signal here. Let's see Forex Strategy Builder, how it works with fractals. I open the chart. I can click here the indicator chart, and I'll zoom the chart, or we can zoom by using the plus and minus keys from your keyboard. Forex Strategy Builder doesn't show the peak of the fractal. Instead of that, it shows the entry levels. For example, we have here an up fractal. You see these 5 bars, the central bar is the highest, and this bar determines here the peak of the fractal and the entry price. But for Strategy Builder waits this fractal to be complete and starts spotting the entry level after the fractal is completed. Actually, the green lines are the levels for long entry, and the red lines are levels for short entry, because our strategy says enter long at an up fractal, and this automatically means that we will enter short at a down fractal. So we see every time when the market reaches the long entry level, the peak of a fractal, it enters long, and the strategy closes the position at the end of the bar. It is the same for short positions. First, the market must make an fractal, and when the market goes down and reaches the down of the fractal, it opens a short position, and we close this short position also at the end of the bar, at the same bar, because of our rules. When you're working with a strategy, the program shows us the statistics in real time, and what we see here, this is the backtest of this strategy. Actually, this strategy is pretty good. I found this strategy maybe 6 years ago, at 2008, when I'm moving the marker. I see here dynamic information in the status bar. Where is 2008? Somewhere here. So when I found this strategy here, it was showing the same result in the past, and you see it still makes money. This strategy doesn't contain any parameters and cannot be over optimized. And what we see here in the statistics, we see orange lines, that the strategy shows 3 ambiguous bars. Ambiguous bar is a bar where the backtester cannot provide 100% correct backtest. It means that there are more than one variant of calculating the strategy. And what I want to provide you with the Forex Strategy Builder is the best, safe and correct backtester. But what we can do if there is not enough information? The program detects this false information and shows ambiguous bars. I assume that these ambiguous bars are bars where we have a bar that reaches both up fractal and down fractal, and the program has to decide what entry to execute, the long entry first or the short entry first. We can see that in Bar Explorer. Bar Explorer shows these are the statistical data, open, high, low, close prices, and here we have bar interpolation. Also we have the orders and the positions during this bar, and also here we have buttons for easier navigation. Let's find an ambiguous bar. This bar is number 1881, and we see here the interpolation. We have here long entry and we have here short entry signal, but this signal is cancelled. The program first goes up and reaches the order, the buy order, and it enters in long position. We see here the position lots. After that, the positions, the interpolation method goes down and reaches this short entry. But because we have already opened the long position, the program cancels this order. This order is cancelled here. After that, the program goes also again to the up and reaches the high. The bar highest price goes down and ends the bar and closes the position here. Let's find this bar number 881 on the chart. I'm going to the indicator chart and I'll scroll back. Eight, 881. This is the ambiguous bar. We see actually that this bar reaches both long entry level and the short entry level, and because we don't have more information, we have only information for bar opening, bar closing. Actually bar opening is here because this is a black bar, high price of the bar and low price. And when the bar opens and we have two entry orders, what the backtester can do, the backtester doesn't have more information. So the program acts according to the interpolation algorithm. Actually, we can fix this problem. We can try to fix it. We see here three ambiguous bars. We can improve the backtester, the backtesting, if we include shorter periods data. For example, this strategy uses Euro-USD day 1 data, but what if we include all internal shorter periods here? We improve the quality of the backtest. We can do that by going to Control Panel and General page, General Settings, and select Use all available shorter periods and tick data to improve the backtest. When you do that, the program will load all available shorter data and we will use this data to improve the backtest. And we see that we have now 0 ambiguous bars. So the program fixed that bar, fixed by finding the correct route inside the bar, the correct interpolation. I'll remove that. No, I'll show you how these bars are, how these data are spread. Here, this color bar shows you the distribution of the shorter periods. When I'm moving the mouse here, we see here down in the status bar, at the end of the record. For example, here the records end with data M15. That means we are using here 15 minutes data. Here we have M30, 1 hour. So actually and what we have here, M1. We're using M1 data where they are available. After that we're using 5 minutes data and so on to H1. We can see the distribution and the coverage of this data in the history center. We open the history center from here. We open the history center, we see the loaded data. This is our main data period and the statistical information about the main data period. But when we go to the interbar stats, here the program shows the intermediate data used for the backtest. The day 1 is the main period. It contains 2471 bars, but the program doesn't use this data for backtest because they all are covered with H1 data. The program also doesn't use H4 data and uses H1 data from bar number 1 to bar number 1219 up to M1 bar. Okay. How this improves the backtest? Let's see. Now the backtest shows $28,760 profit. 28,760. When I switch off the calculation, the using of shorter periods, actually the profit dropped down to 27, about $1,400 less, because the program uses pessimistic method for backtesting. Here in the center of the toolbar you see interpolation. This is the interpolation method, and the program comes with 5 different interpolation methods. We'll have a separate seminar about the internals, the insights of the backtesting. But the pessimistic method looks exactly for ambiguous bars, and when there is an ambiguous bar, the program calculates the backtest in a manner to find the worst possible case. Why the program does that? Because I don't want to lie you about the backtest. When there are problems, I want to show you where these problems are, and I want the backster to show you the worst case, because this is the most safe result. If a strategy shows ambiguous bars, and even in pessimistic method it shows profit, this is the most safe result. This strategy can continue make profit on real trading. We are not sure, but it has a potential. Also, we can select optimistic method. And do you see what happened with the backtest? It shows now $30,000 profit. It is, how much is difference? Optimistic, pessimistic. It's about $3,000 more. And this $3,000 difference comes only from 3 ambiguous bars. Can you imagine when a strategy has 10 or 30 or 100 ambiguous bars? How we can believe a backtest with so much ambiguous bars on a method different than pessimistic? We cannot. And this is the best of the program. The core of the program is the backtester, and I'm sure that this backtester is one of the most safe and the fastest backtester among other Forex products. Actually, I don't know other backtester that shows ambiguous bars and that has different interpolation methods. For example, the MetaTrader is one of the most used program for backtesting, because you can buy Expert Advisor, or you can download Expert Advisor from the code store of MetaTrader. And MetaTrader calculates a backtest, but it doesn't show you how many ambiguous bars has. And what MetaTrader does when there are ambiguous bars, MetaTrader doesn't have more information from Forex Strategy Builder. Actually, we're using the same data. I don't know what MetaTrader does. And this was the main reason I make Forex Strategy Builder Professional, to be sure that the backtest is correct. We always use the pessimistic method here. So this is not big problem, because when the interpretation method is pessimistic, we see the worst possible case here. And if the strategy makes profit even on pessimistic method and even with ambiguous bars, there is no problem. But when there is no ambiguous bars, when we're using scanning, we call that scanning. The strategy doesn't show ambiguous bars, but it may in different case when we have tight entries. Here the interpolation method doesn't make any difference, because the backtester has the full information how to execute this. I'll remove the scanning. Okay. So to return to the strategy structure, when you put the marker over strategy slot, you see here to the right a pop-up panel. It shows you more information. Actually, it shows you the full information about the slot. Also, it works for the strategy properties. It's a fast way to see the indicators parameters. You can also expand from here. This is the default size of the tiles, the strategy slots. And let's make a strategy. To make some of the simple strategies that we are learning from books. Everyone who started learning technical analysis, excuse me, I open the Forex Strategy Builder and we will remove the fractal indicator. Everyone starts with the simple indicators like MACD, RSI, moving average. Let's see a Bollinger Bands indicator. This is a trend indicator here in the MetaTrader. Bollinger Bands consists of a central moving average. Here MetaTrader shows by default period of 20 and puts two bands above and below the central moving average. They are spaced to standard deviation. MetaTrader shows Bollinger Bands with three lines: upper line, central line, and lower line. These are actually the bands, upper and the lower bands. And what we can do with Bollinger Bands, it can be used to trade towards a trend or for making a trend following system. And one possible use is to enter. I want to see the up trend. okay, here, to enter the market at the upper band when the price touches the upper band, to enter long, and to keep this position open, and to close when the market reaches the middle line. So actually for this uptrend here, we open position here and we close our long position here. And for short positions, we have good trend. Here is okay. To open a short position at the lower band, for example here, and to close our short position again in the middle line. So we will trade towards a trend. This is very simple strategy, but how we can backtest this strategy? It is not enough to read a strategy from a book and to start trading, because we want to see the performance of the strategy, the backtest. Of course, it's possible to write an expert advisor here in MetaTrader, but it's a little bit difficult. In the MQL language it's a little bit strange. Here Forex Strategy Builder will help you with that. And what is the best, that the editor page, the editor tools and the backtest is free. So we can use Forex Strategy Builder and to build strategies and to trade strategies in trading mode as long as you want. You need to pay a license only for using these power tools, generator, optimizer, and for further analyzing a strategy. Let's set here Bollinger Bands. Here is the Bollinger Bands indicator. Forex Strategy Builder contains opens Bollinger Bands with its default parameters, and they correspond to the MetaTrader indicator. They will be shaped in exactly the same way. And what we have here, enter long and the upper band. But I haven't set yet the closing. Let's see in the chart. We enter long every time when the market touches the upper band, and we are closing at the end of the bar. This here is not very good, because these strategies are closing on no loss. But here actually it's doing well, because this entry makes a profit from here to the end of the bar. This entry also makes a profit, but the final performance is not good. Actually, we have very low profit from the excuse me, from the starting of the backtest to our final backtest. So I want to set here to exit to the middle line of the Bollinger Bands. What was our initial intention? But if I set Bollinger Bands here, I don't have here exit at the middle line. I have here only exit at the upper band and exit at the lower band. This is not what exactly what we want, but it's not a problem at all, because what was the middle line of Bollinger Bands? This is a simple moving average with a period of 20. I will cancel this, and we see here on the chart the middle line is shown in yellow, this moving average. I will set here moving average. The default period is 14, but I will change it to 20. Okay. And now we see that the red line overlaps fully the yellow line. And this is our logic, but we go to a margin call. I will reduce a little bit, I will reduce the entry units to have a longer backtest. Okay, let's see the chart. What we have here, I'll zoom in, zoom out. When the market touches the lower band, opens a short position and keeps this short position until the market touches the middle line. We open here. This is the position price, and here is the closing point, and actually this is our profit for this position. But here we have we have here a long entry at the upper band, and this actually the same bar rises, touches the upper band, opens a long position and returns back to the exit price. So actually we are losing money here, and the final performance of the strategy is not very good. Actually this is a losing strategy. It's not good. It seems that this strategy is not working. Let's start for another strategy. Let's make another example with the MACD indicator. I will remove the Bollinger Bands from here and we'll put MACD. No, it's not it. It is oscillator MACD. Okay, and I will leave the default options. MetaTrader plots, and of course MACD is plotted below the chart, below the price chart, because MACD is not a price. It is an oscillator. MetaTrader plots MACD line with bars, which is a little bit strange, because it must be a line. Never mind. We want to enter long when MACD line goes above the zero line, and reverse our position to short when MACD line crosses below the zero line. And when the MACD goes above, we want again to go enter to reverse our position. And actually let's make a strategy that keeps a long position when MACD line is positive, and a short position when MACD is negative. This is a standard reversal strategy. This strategy is always on the market, but this is guided by the MACD indicator. Also, this is a very simple strategy, but we cannot easily test in MetaTrader. MetaTrader allows us to set the indicator, but it doesn't allow us to set the trading rules. That's why we use Forex Strategy Builder. But can I set here MACD indicator? I cannot. And why cannot? Because MACD indicator cannot determine the entry price. It is not a price. We cannot set enter at MACD. No, we can use a MACD indicator to confirm our entry, or to determine the entry permission, but we need to set the entry price separately here. And I'll use bar opening. I will set MACD as opening logic condition, MACD indicator. What means opening logic condition? Let's set here MACD line crosses the zero line upward. Opening logic condition is a logic rule. It has two values actually, true or false. The condition is satisfied or not satisfied. When we are using opening logic conditions, we can set up to 8 opening logic conditions. The strategy will need permission from the conditions to enter to a position. The strategy will open a position at bar opening because this is our opening point, but only if the opening conditions allow that. We have now one opening condition. This is MACD indicator, and the logic rule is MACD line crosses the zero line upward. That means the line was negative and it crosses the zero line and becomes positive. And only when MACD crosses the zero line, this indicator will give permission to the strategy to open long position. Let's see how this works here. Forex Strategy Builder plots MACD indicator, MACD line is it is actually this blue line here, not like with bar chart, like a histogram, like MetaTrader. This histogram you see here is actually the difference between the signal line and the MACD line. So when the MACD line goes below the zero, the strategy rises a sell signal, and the strategy enters in short position. Actually, it closes the position at the same bar closing because we didn't set yet that it must keeps the position until the opposite crossover. The same is for long position. What we have here, the MACD line crosses above the zero and the next bar crosses below the zero line. So the strategy opens long position and the next bar opens short position. But this is not exactly what we want. We want to enter for this crossover here and to keep the position until the MACD line crosses below the zero line. I can do that in two ways, but the easier way is to set here quotient reverse. Quotient reverse is an indicator that says the program says that we have to close the current position and open the opposite position at when the entry rules are satisfied. Here we go to margin call. I will reduce here the trading amount to have a longer backtest. So how this work? We open at bar opening, but only when MACD line crosses the zero line from below to above. And we will not close the position because we have here the closing rule, quotient reverse. The strategy will keep this position open until we have the short signal for entering to a short position, and we have short signal when MACD line crosses zero line from above to below, and at that point the strategy will reverse our position. Where is this? Here. We have here a short position. I see from this bar. This bars shows the position amount. Red bars means we are short, and green bars here means we are long. When MACD line crosses the zero line from below to above, we open a position and at a bar opening. This is a black bar. This the opening price is here. We open long, and when the MACD line crosses from above to below the zero line, we are opening short position. Actually, the strategy reverses our long position to short. And we see here the backtest. That strategy is not good because it loses money here. It makes here some profit, but it loses money again. And this is very long time, very long period. We call that period stagnation. Stagnation is a period of the strategy when the strategy does not make a new profit. For example, here the strategy rises our balance to here, but after that it starts losing money, and it recovers here in that point. So the period from here to here is stagnation, and the biggest period of stagnation is from this peak here to the end of the backtest. Forex Strategy Builder shows you the stagnation here like a statistical parameter. Actually, this strategy has 1200 days of stagnation. It's absolutely useless. But I will demonstrate you here how to use the program, how to build strategies. We can refine this strategy further with adding additional filters or adding stop loss and take profit. We'll speak about these options on the next seminar. I think this is enough for today, and you are welcome on our seminar on Saturday at the same time. I'll continue with more details about strategy properties, these parameters here, and about indicator parameters, also advanced parameters. It's important to remember 2 or 3 things now. The first is that we are setting only long trading rules, only for trading long, and the program makes automatically the short entry rules. They are mirrored to the long entry rules. Also, when we don't have opening closing conditions, the program enters at a position. Okay, I'll say fractal here. The program enters it at the market when the market reaches the entry price, and exits the market when reaches the closing price, the closing point of the position. But when we have opening closing conditions, we can have one or more than one. The strategy needs permission from these conditions. For example, here the strategy will open long position and fractal up only if oscillator rises and average true range rises. These 2 conditions must be satisfied in order to open a position. If we have 3 indicators here, the strategy will need permission from all these 3 slots. So now we can put here up to 8 opening closing conditions, but to enter we need permission from all these conditions. And the opposite, when we are trading short, the strategy will open short position at the entry price, but the logic will be mirrored. It will open short position at down fractal when the mirrored logics are satisfied, when accelerator oscillator falls and average true range falls and bear power falls. That is all for today. Thank you for listening, and you are welcome to next seminar. Please, if you have questions about this video and about the strategies, write your questions in the forum and put examples if you want, and I'll check the examples and I'll answer you. Also read the help and check the description of the demo strategies. Everything what I explained to you now here in this video is written in the help also. And if you have if you need additional explanation or additional examples, please, you're welcome to ask your questions in the forum. Thank you for watching this video. Bye bye.